Welcome back to the channel. Shalom, shalom. You are watching Journey with Us, a digital nomadic family of 7 in Tanzania currently. So today I want to come on here and testify to you because I know you're thinking about moving to Africa. I know you're like, you can feel the heaviness in America, whether you're in New York, Ohio, California, Florida, wherever you are. We are from Ohio and we've been in Africa for 4 years. We are on year 4. It sounds insane that it has literally been 4 years, but here we are in the wonderful city in Tanzania with the sunshine, the fresh fruits, the freedom, the just everything that we thought it would be and more. It exceeded our expectations. And so right now you're probably feeling a bit fearful. There's so much YouTube content on Africa now. When we left in 2020, there was not that much content. And so there was like one YouTuber that was in Tanzania. We saw like documentaries about it, saw documentaries about Ghana and Gambia, but we knew that we were being called to go to Africa. We had been called since being younger than we were in 2020. I remember back in 2015 at 18 years old being called and the Most High saying, you're not going to be staying here for much longer. Columbus, Ohio, you're not going to be staying. And so if you're receiving that same call, listen to this video until the end because I'm going to give you some steps and symptoms that show that you're supposed to be in Africa. Number one, it's an innate feeling that you feel. You feel like you're being drawn to Africa. You think about Africa all the time, whether it's east, west, south, wherever you're going, you think about it all the time. And when you read your scriptures, you're looking at scriptures like Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, you're looking at Deuteronomy 28, Revelations 12, you're looking at the book of Isaiah, looking at some of those end chapters and realizing that the Most High, before the foundations of the world, has set apart redemption for you, not only in the spiritual, but in the physical as well, right? And so those were some of the things we were doing. We were meditating in Columbus, Ohio. I remember I would walk down to Panera Bread in Bexley, Ohio, every day. This is where I grew up. I would walk down there every day, just meditating, looking at the sky, praying for the Most High to take me to Africa, praying for the Most High to take me to where I'm supposed to be. And he did it. I was praying this consistently for a full year. I'm not playing with you. Like I would wake up every morning and that is what I would meditate on. But with my meditation, I would put actual physical work with it because we can't be so spiritually and high-minded um that we're not effective in this physical world that we live in because we're in a physical world, okay? We're in a physical world and so there's action steps you have to take. One, you need to do your research. You need to pick your top 5 countries that you want to go to, and you need to make sure that they're safe, affordable, there's fresh food and fresh fruits. You want there to be like open land. You want to look at what they're importing and exporting just to see like what would happen if stuff hits the fan or when stuff hits the fan. And then you want to also be somewhere where you will be able to enjoy your life. You don't want to be somewhere like if you're someone from the city, but you want to come out of the city, you might not want to move to the big city, right? You might want to be in a small town. And vice versa. If you're someone that does not like to live in the countryside, you like things that are quick, you want a bunch of like not animations, what's it called? Recreational type stuff, then maybe you want to be in the city. But even if you are one of those people that want to be in the city, I strongly advise against that. I advise against that. If you've seen the movie Leave the World Behind, I just strongly advise against it. Like, don't be in the city. I know the city's fun. You can do this, do that, find this, find that. But when stuff hits the fan, you want to really return to the land and start to think agriculturally. Start to think about building for your family. Start to think about preparing a table for your family, right? And the next thing is that you want to make sure when you hit the ground in Africa, whether you're east, south, west, wherever you're going, you want to make sure that you connect with the locals because you may see expat and diaspora communities, that's fine, but no one can help you as much as locals. This goes for if you're starting a business, you need to partner with a local. This goes for your day-to-day life. You need to be around local continental Africans because they can teach you the language, they can teach you the culture, they can teach you how to operate. A lot of times when people come to Africa and then leave Africa, it's because they have not integrated into the society. Whenever you're going somewhere, and you can even look at Father Abraham for this as well. Whenever you're going somewhere, you have to integrate with the people around you. You have to do business with the people around you. You have to be in camaraderie. If you don't see yourself as one of those people around you in the land where your ancestors came from, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because when you land in Tanzania, or when we landed in Tanzania, it felt like home. It automatically, you step off the plane, and the airport actually looked a little bit like America. So I was like, this isn't Africa. This is too built up. But as you branch out and explore different areas and you see what people look like, you're like, oh, this guy looks like my cousin. This looks like my uncle. This looks like my mom. People, they really look like us because they're Bantus. We're all Bantu people. A lot of us are Bantu people. And so we keep those same traits and we look alike, even though you're speaking a different language. But if you didn't speak a different language, you would look just like them, especially if you're wearing what they wear. You blend in perfectly, right? That's why Yahusha the Messiah, when he was hiding as a child, his family went into Egypt because they looked like the Egyptians. So that, it it doesn't get any more obvious than that. But that's our testimony of what life was like when we came to Tanzania. We're 4 years in. It's a beautiful journey. It's phenomenal. So grateful to the Most High. It can be complex at times and different challenges that you have to maneuver, but it's nothing like America. Nothing. When I tell you I prayed to never step foot in America again, that is my prayer to never go back, because the quality of life you have here, like just fresh air, just the sunlight shining all the time. I'm not vitamin D deficient like I used to be. My children don't get colds all the time the way they used to. I don't have to worry about the LGBT, whoever, alphabet people in the school library doing crazy stuff, because that's not even legal here. You know, when they go to school, I don't have to worry about, is somebody going to be racist towards them? Because our family dealt with that because we grew up in an Ashkenazi Jewish community. These are things that we dealt with firsthand. And so when I give you our experience and when we talk about things, it is firsthand experience, why we made the choice, how the Most High called us out, and how beautiful it's been ever since. You'll come across different things that you have to learn, and that's with anything. Even if you start a new business, you're obviously going to have to learn the market. You might have slow seasons where you have to change things up, but you'll be thankful that you started the business, okay? And so Africa is the same way. Tanzania is the same way. Whether you're being called to Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi. I knew some people in Burundi at one point. Mozambique. Maybe you're being called to Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal. What else is over there? Botswana, Southern Africa, Namibia, Angola. Wherever you're being called to. Cameroon. We have lots of countries. Wherever you are being called to, whatever you do, be steadfast. And if you have people around you, because the last 2 weeks that we were planning on moving in 2020, that was the time when we were telling people, hey, we're moving. Before that time, we weren't telling people everything. Do not tell people your every move. You're going to regret it. That goes for before coming in Africa and when you're in Africa. Just get in the habit of being discreet, right? Proverbs says discretion shall guard you. And this is true all over the world. We are really in the last times, and you may think that people are for the Most High. You may think that people are for you, but in the end, they are really for the devil. And their works and their actions will imitate that and will show that. So judge them by their fruits. Judge yourself by the fruits. Judge your move to Africa by the fruits. Do not be fearful. Be hopeful. And I'm going to leave you with one story. I was talking to someone earlier, and in the kitchen, and we're looking outside the window, and there's a wall, because in Africa you have compounds a lot of times. And so beyond the wall is a blue sky, right? And I'm looking out the window, I'm like smiling, looking out the window, looking at the blue sky, looking at the trees. Now, the wall is maybe like this high, and then you can see the sky. So 50% wall, 50% clear blue sky. And I'm looking, I'm like, wow, this view is beautiful. The person says, you're looking at a wall. And I'm like, No, I'm looking at the blue sky. I'm looking at the beauty of nature. And so everything in life is about perspective, including your move to Africa. If you have the right perspective and you do not let people taint your hope and your faith and your steadfastness in the Most High to get your family out of Babylon, to live a better life, and also remember this gospel has to go out to the four corners. The truth has to be spoken. The harvest is plentiful and the laborers are few. Pray the Most High will send his laborers into the harvest to do the work that he has called them to do, because there is much work. Africa is very populated. There's much work. And your cousins, your African cousins, the continental Africans who have been here for generations, they're ready to work with you. They are. That's what we found. We found so many friends and community just talking with local Tanzanians who can help you, whether they're young or they're old. Whether you're going to networking events or you're going to the store, there are people that have been dispatched before the foundations of the world to clear a way for you to get here. But the only way that you can get here is by faith. And if you don't let the world and the opinions of others taint your mission in the Most High. Shalom, shalom.